Assalamu alaikum. Good morning everyone. My name is Ali Al-Majhadi and today we are having a new lesson in our book Traveler 6, the last module of the book, which is module 6 or unit 6. In the previous lesson we had a writing lesson. It was about writing a letter of application. We said that writing a letter of application is we write it to apply for a college or to apply for a course that we want to attend. اللي هي letter of application اللي هو الرسالة اللي نكتبها لكي نقدم على منحة دراسية أو نقدم على مثلا مسار معين أو منهج معين في الجامعة، وبحيث أن نتمنى أنه يتم قبولنا في هذا الشيء. لها عدة طرق، لها عدة إجراءات، ولها خطوات أخذناها الدرس الماضي في نقطة الأوتلاين. Today we are starting a new unit, which is unit 6, and we are starting with a reading lesson. Today we have 4 texts, but before starting with reading these 4 texts, let's start with the pre-reading or with the discussion questions. Number 1, it says, how would you describe a physically fit person? How about physically unfit person? The fit person is the person who can participate in any physical activity, like playing football or playing basketball, the person who eats healthy food. The unfit person is the person who does the opposite things, the person who eats fast food, who sit and watch TV all the time, the person who isn't able to participate in physical exercises. الفت person اللي هو الشخص اللائق صحيا أو اللائق بدنيا. Unfit person is the opposite. Number 2, list some of your favorite pastimes. Which ones do you think help you stay healthy and fit? Which ones doesn't? Okay, a few of my favorite pastimes are reading books, going out with for a dinner with my family or friends, playing basketball, exercising or going to gym and working out there. In the third question we have, what are some things that prevent people from being in a good shape? Prevent means deprive people. إن تمنع الناس to be in a good shape. إنه تمنع الناس أو تحجب الناس عن أنهم يكونون لائقين صحيا وبدنيا. Well, in our modern life, we use a lot of things that make us unhealthy. المودرن لايف اللي هي الحياة الحديثة, we do a lot of things that make us unhealthy. For example, we drive the car rather than walking, and we sit to watch TV for hours every day. We use the phones and we use the internet and spend the time in the office rather than working in the fields. So these are some of the things that make us unhealthy nowadays. Now let's go to the second part, which is the reading for gist. Reading for gist means that we read to get the extraction or the essence of the reading. But before we get to that, before we get to this part, we have firstly to read the reading, or we have to read the paragraphs or the texts. Here we have 5 sentences, okay? These sentences gives the main idea or try to summarize the whole text. الجمل البسيطة هذه تحاول أنها تلخص الفكرة الكاملة لنص معين. هذه نسميها المين idea. The main idea of a text. الفكرة العامة، الفكرة الرئيسية. طيب، قبل لا نجاوب على هذه نحتاج أن نقرأ النص أول، نفهم النص، بعدين نرجع نجاوب الأسئلة هذه. We have here 4 texts. A, B, C, and D. In A, we have a text about a person whose name is Kareem. Kareem, 23, is a personal trainer who offers advice to people who want to get in shape. Most of my clients are looking for the perfect personal fitness program, says Kareem. One that would tone their muscles, build strength and endurance, and get rid of extra kilos, as well as being fun and fulfilling. With some thought and research, anyone can create such a program. Unfortunately, most people are looking for a quick fix, only to lose interest and quit before there is any change in their health. To avoid frustration, you should consider various factors before embarking on a fitness regime. What activity best suits your schedule and lifestyle? What activity best suits your schedule and lifestyle? Do you prefer structure or flexibility? How can you relate the activity to your interests so that it is not a chore? Do you like to include exercise in your social life, or is it something you prefer to do alone? Finally, once you have chosen something, it is important to do some research and know how the activity will affect your body so you don't end up injured. The word end up, it is highlighted here. It means that the result of something or the consequence of something you do. Number 2, or B, we have a paragraph about Mark. Mark, 18, faces some typical obstacles getting in shape. I wish I could find time to exercise, but it's really hard. He says, I am in my final year of school. I spend hours studying and I also work several hours a week. When I have free time, I usually surf the internet. I bought a treadmill a few months ago, but I rarely use it. I have a lot of friends and we often end up at somebody's house watching TV and eating crisps. He says, I tend to take the easy way out and skip the exercising. Nevertheless, Mark is determined to make some changes in his life. I'm a bit disappointed in myself. If I had set a goal and reached it, I would have felt better about myself. Anyway, this summer I decided to join a fitness boot camp. Fitness boot camps are based on the intense physical training that new army recruits receive. However, they are for the average person who wants to lose weight or improve their endurance and strength. I'm going to do an 8-week program. Training starts at 6 in the morning and involves jumping jacks, squats, running laps, timed sprints, and push-ups between 300 and 400 a session. We have to show up 3 days a week, and if we are late or miss a session, there are consequences. We might get dunked in the lake or have to run extra laps. I'm a bit anxious, but I'm already feeling more motivated, says Mark. I'm worried about the first day at boot camp, so I am making sure I get more active, walking more, riding my bike, cutting out the junk food. I want to feel prepared. Okay, this paragraph is about Mark. We have here 2 highlighted words. The first one is show up. Show up is to appear or to exist at some area. Cutting out, that means to stop eating. He says here, cutting out the junk food. It means stop eating junk food. Now let's go to the 3rd paragraph. It's about Greg. Indeed, it is important to be prepared for any new physical activity, especially if you aren't in a very good shape. While taking up something new can be exciting, you can injure yourself if you don't train properly. Greg, 17, wanted an activity that would help him stay fit for school, sports, and decided to try running. I began by running alone. I trained hard trying to get in shape quickly, but then I developed a painful condition called shin splints, which happens when the muscles in the calf become stronger than the shin muscles. Then I learned about a beginner's running group that met twice a week. I decided to try it and quickly discovered that I much preferred running with a group rather than on my own. If I had known how much fun it would be, I would have joined right away. I have made a lot of friends in the group and we hang out together even when we aren't running. We also have a great coach who shows us the best way to train for our fitness level so that we don't get injured. Okay, we have here 2 highlighted words, taking up and hang out. While taking up something new can be exciting, taking up something, that means you start doing something for the first time. Hang out means going out. For example, he says here, I have made a lot of friends in the group and we hang out together. We hang out together, that means we go out together. The last one is with Paul. If you mention running to Paul, 17, all you will get is an eye roll. If by fitness you mean using a treadmill or doing laps, I have one word for you: boring. I can't do the same thing over and over. Still, Paul thinks he is as fit as all his sporty friends, maybe even more so. How did he get there? My father took a martial art class at local gym last year. He says, at the time I thought it was funny. I didn't think he would stick with it. But every time he came home from his class, he had a big smile on his face and was in such a good mood. Paul's father convinced him to go to the gym's open house after trying a few different kinds of martial arts. Paul decided to take a Tae-Po class. At first I was self-conscious, but I loved the moves, and soon I was completely caught up in the moment. Now I look forward to the class every week. It's different to exercising and it's more exciting. If only my friends had given it a try too. Anyway, I hope that when they see how much I'm enjoying myself, they will be inspired to get out of their comfort zone and off the couch. Okay, we have here two highlighted words or phrases. The first one is stick with. Stick with something, that means stay with it, doing it over and over. And was caught up by something, that means you was absorbed by something, that you liked it so much that so you decided to stick with it. Now let's go to the reading for gist. We said that we will read the paragraphs, then we will answer these questions. Not a real training program. In which one of these in the previous paragraphs we found this idea? Not a real training program. It's in number D, or in letter D. Think hard before you choose a program. This is related to Kareem. Number 3, if lazy معناها يعني تشعر بالكسل أو إذا كنت كسول. You might need some discipline. الديسبلين اللي هو تحتاج إنه الانضباط في حياتك أو الانضباط في عملك. If lazy, you might need some discipline. This is related to the boy who wanted to go to the boot camp, which is B. There is no perfect fitness program, and more people equals more fun. More people equals more fun. This is the last paragraph, which is about Greg or Paul, I guess. Paul, yes. Now let's go for number 3, scanning for specific information. In the first one, reading for gist, we were reading and we are trying to get the main idea of something. بالرقم 2 كنا نقرأ ونحاول نحصل على الفكرة العامة، الفكرة الرئيسية للموضوع اللي قرأنا عنه. But here in number 3 we are reading to get a piece of information, a specific information. بينما في رقم 3 احنا ما نقرأ عشان نحصل على فكرة عامة. هنا نحاول انه نحصل على فكرة معينة، فكرة دقيقة. Trying to get a specific information. Specific اللي هي شيء معين يعني. Okay. Number 1, which person? عندنا 4 أشخاص الآن. عندنا كريم, Mark, Greg and Paul. Okay. So the question says, read texts A to D again and answer the questions 1 to 15. Write A, B, C or D in the boxes. Which person? الآن يسألك، بيعطيك فكرة وبيسألك من هو الشخص اللي قام بهذا العمل، أو من الشخص اللي طبق هذه الفكرة أو يؤمن بهذا مثلا هذه العملية أو هذه النوع من الرياضة. Number 1, talks about some of the risks associated with a fitness program. C. Number 2, says why peers, البيرز اللي هم الرفاق أو الشركاء أو الأشخاص اللي يعملون معك, why peers may not be a good influence when it comes to getting in shape. B. Number 3, refers to some of the benefits. Benefits اللي هي الفوائد. فوائد شيء معين. Associated with making fitness social activity. C. Talk about how family members can set a good example. This is related to Paul, who was inspired by his father. D. Number 5 implies that some people may need a very structured program to get in shape. Implies اللي هي يعني تضمن فكرة معينة أنه بعض الناس يحتاج إلى structured program to get in shape. أنه برنامج very structured يعني أنه مصمم بشكل دقيق جدا وصارم. B. Number 6 gives information on what the ideal fitness program should do for a person. Ideal fitness program أنه البرنامج اللياقي المثالي. A. 7 talks about the benefits of having a trainer. Trainer اللي هو المدرب الشخصي أو المدرب بشكل عام. To help you with a program. C. 8 refers to taking up an activity to help stay fit for school sports. Also C. 9 talks about training program inspired by the military. B. 10 refers to a fitness option for someone who doesn't like traditional forms of exercise. Traditional forms of exercise اللي هي الأشكال التقليدية من التمارين. Traditional يعني شيء تقليدي أو شيء. D. 11 mentions getting in shape for a program beforehand. B. would like to be a good influence on friends. الانفلونس اللي هو الشخص المؤثر أو التأثير العام على الأصدقاء. D. Number 13 mentions a list of important factors to consider when creating a fitness program. A. refers يعني يشير. refers to the difficulty some people have in fitting exercise into their busy schedules. B. 15 felt uncomfortable about doing the activity at first. D. Okay. After finishing this part of the lesson, let's go now to the after reading exercises, which is guessing the meaning of unknown words. We have a lot of words here. For example, number 1, embarking on text A, line 15. And we have 3 choices: starting, getting aboard, and stopping. Let's go back to the paragraph. It says text A, line 15. So to avoid frustration, you should consider various factors before embarking on a fitness regime. So what do you think is the answer or the right answer for embarking on? So it is the first one, which is starting. Number 2, sure, on text A, line 18. Line 18. Okay, do you like to include exercise in your social life, or is it something? Maybe before that, how can you relate the activity to your interests so that it isn't a chore? A chore is something that make you bored, or a boring activity. So the correct answer is unpleasant task. Number 3, skip. On text B, line 12, skip means that you don't go to the gym at that day, which means miss out on. Number 4, condition. Sometimes it means situation, but in this context, it means an illness. After that, we have match the highlighted phrasal verbs in the text with the meaning from A to G. These are the highlighted words. كان عندنا في النصوص الأربع نصوص كان في عندنا بعض الكلمات اللي كانت معلمة باللون البرتقالي. هي كانت 7 كلمات. هذه ال7 كلمات يحتاج انك توصلها مع التعاريف اللي هنا. تعريف يعني أو زي ما نقول كلمات تشرحها. So we will match the words in numbers here with the words in letters. So end up means that you meet your results, or you face you face the consequences or the results of what you have done. So the answer of this one is B, to get into a state that wasn't planned. Show up is to appear. Number 3, cut off. Cutting off the junk food, that means you stop eating junk food. So the answer is to stop consuming. Consuming اللي هو استهلاك شيء معين. Take up as an activity or anything. That means you start doing something. Hang out. You go out with somebody. C, to spend time. إنك تقضي وقتك مثلا مع هذا الأشخاص. Number 6, stick with. The answer is to continue doing something. Be caught up is answer or letter F. After that, now we have 5 situations. We have 5 situations. In the last lesson, we learned, or in the lesson before, we learned how to solve a problem. If somebody come and say, I have a problem, we learned how to help him solve his problem by giving him some advices. For example, in the first one here, we have a complaint says, I don't exercise because I find it boring. يعني إنه يقول أنا ما أتمرن لأنه أشعر أن التمرين شيء ممل، أو إنه أجد التمرين هذا يعني عمل ممل جدا. So we can answer him by saying, well, yes, sometimes exercising is boring, but you can take up a sport that is not boring, like playing tennis or playing basketball. Number 2, I don't like getting all sweaty, especially in public. يقول إنه يعني لا أرغب إني أمر في حالة تعرق، لا سيما إذا كنت في in public، يعني في أماكن عامة. Well, the answer to this problem is you can get a treadmill or exercising machines and put them at home and work in private. So you don't have to go out like in a gym or in the street and go jogging in public. You can do all the exercise and activities to stay fit. You can do them all in your at home. Number 3, I would like to get in shape, but it is too expensive. قلنا أنا يعني عندي رغبة إنه أكون شخص صحي ولائق بدنيا، بس إنه الموضوع مكلف ماديا. The answer to this problem, or the solution to this problem, is not all the exercises cost you money. For example, you don't have to go to gym. You can go out in the street or in the parks and go jogging or do exercises that doesn't need to be in gyms or in any private place where you have to pay money. Number 4, I just don't have the time to exercise. يقول أنا ما عندي الوقت الكافي إنه أتمرن. Well, the answer to this problem, or the solution to this problem, is if you like something, you will always find the time to do it. I don't think that 1 or 2 hours every week, or finding 1 or 2 hours every week to exercise is difficult. So if you like the idea of training, you will find some time. The last one is I have no coordination. That means I can't cooperate with people. إنه يعني أنا ما عندي رغبة بالتعاون مع الأشخاص، أو إنه أتمرن برفقة أحد ثاني. The answer to this problem is you don't have to exercise with people. You can do some exercises that you can do alone, like going jogging or exercising at home. You don't have to go in public places to train with people. There are a lot of exercises that don't need to be coordinated. Thank you all for coming and listening to this to these questions and this lesson. I hope you find everything you are looking for in this lesson, and I hope you learned a lot today. Thank you all for coming, and see you tomorrow inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.